Hello, Daily Drafters, and welcome back to the channel for Pointless Episode 3, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I have here with me a contestant for this episode, Parker. We've got Parker. How is your knowledge of Avatar as a set, and did you watch the show? Do you enjoy the content? How are you feeling? What's up?
Hello, thanks for having me. I'm a really big fan of the Avatar show, and I've played a pretty decent amount of the Avatar set, so looking forward to hopefully being pretty knowledgeable about the cards.
We also have Piers here as a contestant. Piers, how are you feeling about Avatar as a set, your knowledge of the set? Have you ever watched the show? Where do we stand on Avatar?
Yeah, I jumped on the show as a result of the set coming out. Sort of prompted me into watching it. Got all the way through it. Thought it was quite good, and I'm also really enjoying the set so far. Doing quite a lot of drafts in it now. I'm generally not very good at flavor, so we'll see how well I've managed to pick up card names.
And we also have a third contestant here, James, competing in Avatar. And James, what is your experience with both Avatar as a set and a show? Have you seen it? How are you feeling about the set as a whole?
I grew up on the show. I have been jamming as many drafts and sealeds as I can. I love this set. I had a feeling that it was going to be the last, set of the year announced before they even announced it. I always thought this was going to be a great fit for Magic, and I'm absolutely loving it. I think they knocked it out of the park with this one.
So, for everyone at home who hasn't seen this before, we're going to go over the rules real quickly. We've got Piers, James, and Parker as contestants here today. We've got 6 rounds with 6 possible questions, and their objective is to provide one of the 6 answers that they think the least amount of surveyed participants got correct. And wrong answers do unfortunately equal 100 points. You want to avoid the wrong answers as much as you possibly can. The fewer correct answers by the surveyed participants, the fewer points you get for the question. And to win, you just have to be the player that scores the lowest amount of points across all 6 rounds. Now, with episode 2, we did add a final Jeopardy type question that we will also be featuring today if Parker does manage to win, or if Piers or James can get it as well. So, without any further ado, we're going to go right into our first round. And our round 1 begins with Finish That Card Name. These are 6 cards in the Last Airbender main set, and you have to finish the card name that you think the least amount of participants got correct. So we've got Accumulate, Faded, Diligent, Omashu, and Air Nomad blank. So what are you thinking on these? Do you think you know them all, and what do you think the least amount of people got right?
So I'm pretty sure Accumulate Wisdom, lots of people are going to know that one. Diligent Zookeeper is also going to be quite popular. I think Omashu is Omashu Village. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Air Nomad is Air Nomad Legacy. That's also quite a good card, so people might know that one. Then there's Fated Firepower.
All right. Well, we know from Worlds, from Dominating Standard right now, Accumulate Wisdom. So I know that one for sure. The other ones get a little iffy. I'm going to skip here. Fated Firepower, underrated card. Great card right now. Omashu. I have to remember what the land was called for Omashu. Man, I play with these cards all the time, and I am totally blanking now.
That is everyone's comment on the survey, is that everyone knows these cards. You've heard them, you've seen them. It's just, gosh, what are they called?
I can picture all of the art for them. I'm just thinking movies. Fatal Attraction, but that's definitely not it. Okay, Diligent Zookeeper, of course, is that one. That's also a very, very notable card, trying to get around non-humans. Omashu, Earth Kingdom City. I know that's not right, but that's all that's coming to mind. So maybe I'll come back to that one. Air Nomad Temple. No, because it's southern and northern.
Okay, so I think I know a decent amount. There's kind of 2 that I am a little worried I don't know. So Accumulate Wisdom is the blue lesson. Fatal Fissure is the black uncommon that Earth bends. Fated Firepower is the mythic. Air Nomad Legacy is the blue and white gold uncommon. Omashu and Diligent are the 2 that are kind of tripping me up. I want to say Omashu City is the red and green dual land, and it might be like Diligent Farmhand or Diligent Zookeeper is the rare that buffs non-human allies. But I don't really want to go there in case the name is wrong.
I definitely know 3: Accumulate Wisdom, Fated Firepower, and Diligent Zookeeper. I can picture the art on 2 of the other 3. Air Nomad is completely tripping me up.
And the one that nobody plays is Fatal Fissure, which has something to do with earthbending. But
Fatal Fissure is a card that did not see a lot of play, and I don't think people are really talking about. And so that's where I'm kind of leaning.
I know Fated Firepower for sure, and I think most people are going to get Omashu wrong because I can't remember it either. All right, I'm going to lock in Fated Firepower.
Okay, so let's lock in Fated Firepower, and let's see if that is a correct answer here. It is a correct answer. And your score drops down to 42 points for Fated Firepower.
I think I will lock in Fatal Fissure as my choice that the least amount of people would have gotten correct.
Okay, so we'll lock in Fatal Fissure for their second answer here. Let's see if that is the right answer.
Yeah.
It is the correct answer. And it does assign you 45 points.
Okay, not bad.
So we found the 42 pointer, and you were 4 of 6 here. I'd say 4.5 out of 6. Let's see when we get to them. Accumulate Wisdom. You were right. 79 points. A lot of people knew that one as well. Fatal Fissure. It's that unplayable black card. It's like it's 1 in a black to have a creature after, or like return after Earthbend's 4 when it dies or something like that.
Yeah, when it dies, Earthbend. I always want to make it work, but you're right. It's nearly unplayable.
Exactly. So 45 points for that one. Not a lot of people remembering Fatal Fissure. I do think Fatal Push is on the bonus sheet, but that's why I clarified the main TLA set there. We did find Fated Firepower for 42. Diligent Zookeeper also at 42. The half point that I would have given you, Omashu City, is just Omashu City.
Oh, okay.
45 points.
It.
You are right, it is the red-black dual land. And Air Nomad Legacy, 30 points. So the lowest point available was 30 in Air Nomad Legacy there. But we found the second lowest there in Fated Firepower. Not a bad place to start. And we'll head to round 2, which is the printed power and toughness of the following creatures in the bottom right hand of the card. So we have Vengeful Villagers, the Mechanist Aerial Artisan, Cat Gator, Earthen Ally, Toph the Blind Bandit, and Firelord Zuko. Where are you leaning here?
okay, so there's a couple I don't think I know. I'm not sure I know Firelord Zuko's stats. I had to guess, I'd say it's a 3/3, but I'm not convinced. Earthen Ally is one of those tricky ones where it's either an O2 or a star 2 because it gains power based on the allies you own. But I'm not sure I know which one it is. Toph is similar. It's either an O3 or a star 3. I'm pretty sure Toph's a star 3. And then the ones along the top, Vengeful Villages is a 3/3. Mechanist is a 1/3. And Cat Gator is a 3/2.
So I think I'm decently confident I know all of these. I think Vengeful Villagers is the 3/3 that taps. The Mechanist is a 1/3. That's one that makes clues. Cat Gator is a 3/2. That's the mono black payoff. Earthen Ally is the 1/1 that sacrifices to give indestructible. Toph is the star 3 because her power is equal to, I think, either the amount of earthbended lands you have or like the power of the earthbended land. Something to do with the power of the earthbended land. And then Firelord Zuko, I believe, is a 1/4. That is the rare that on exile pumps your team.
Ooh, I do know all these cards, and I'm feeling another 4 out of 6 on this one. I'm going to start with Earthen Ally. Pretty sure is a 1/1. Toph the Blind Bandit is a star 3. Firelord Zuko. God, I was so confident. Now I'm not. Firelord Zuko, I'm pretty sure is a 2/3. Cat Gator, I want to say, is a 6/7. That's the black basic cycler. Vengeful Villagers. Not one that I've played much in Limited. And the Mechanist, I want to say, is also a 2/3. But what do I think people are going to get wrong?
I think Zuko is one that least people would have gotten right, but I'm also not sure I'm right on the 1/4 because it is the trickiest stat line. I'm kind of thinking Vengeful Villagers is also a card that really didn't see a ton of talking about or play. So I think I'm leaning between those two. I'll lock in the Vengeful Villagers as a 3/3 for my final guess.
Let's say Toph is a star 3.
I'm gonna lock in Pat Gator at 6/7.
All right. We'll lock in Cat Gator as a 6/7. Let's see if that is the correct answer. Unfortunately, not the correct answer here. Okay, we'll lock in that Toph the Blind Bandit is a star 3. Let's see if that is in fact the correct answer. And it is the correct answer. And it drops us down to 52 points. A respectable number for us here. Okay, we'll go with the Vengeful Villagers as a 3/3. Let's see if that is the correct answer. It is the correct answer. And it dropped down to 55. Not a bad score there. So you were correct and playing it a little bit safe this round. And as we reveal the answers, I think you'll be glad you did. So we found Vengeful Villagers as 3/3 for 55 points. The Mechanist Aerial Artisan as a 1/3. It is the rare. It is a very good rare. A lot of people knew that it was a 1/3 there as well. 88 points available there. Cat Gator, 76 points as a 3/2. Earthen Ally. I'm going to give you a hint here. You actually had the wrong card. You named a different card. Can you think of what Earthen Ally is?
Is this the 0/2 that gains power for other allies you have?
This is the 0/2 rare card. So good that you didn't go there. It was 36 points, the lowest points available so far. So at least we didn't head in that direction. We have Toph the Blind Bandit. This is the uncommon one that gets plus, or its power is equal to the greatest power of earthbended lands, or something. You like you said, it's some weird text in there. 52 points. A lot of people saying 0/3, a lot of people saying star 3. They've been doing that a lot lately in sets. And then Firelord Zuko, 2/4. Very close, very close. And that was the highest points, or the lowest points available here in this round at 30 points. But you know what? You found a correct answer, and you played it safe, and it paid off for you here. So we are through round 2. So power and toughness got us a little bit there, but let's see if we can make some recoveries here going into round 3 with the earthbending / firebending values of the following cards. So each of these cards has either earthbending or firebending X. You just have to tell me what X is. So we've got Ranon Shaw, Uncle Iroh, Ozai the Phoenix King, Earth Kingdom General, Sandbender's Storm, and Earth Rumble.
Okay. Ozai the Phoenix King, one of my favorite cards and favorite card arts. In my pre-release, I pulled the silhouette battle pose for Ozai from my pre-release kit, so I know he is firebending 4.
That's quite a story. that's a nice card to pull at a pre-release.
I love that card, and yeah, I was shocked to pull that out of a normal play booster, but yeah, I love that card, and it helped me dominate a lot in the Arena League too. I pulled him in my first pool for the Arena League, so that got me a lot of my wins. Ranon Shaw is also firebending 4. I'm less confident on that one. Uncle Iroh, this is the green-red. Yeah, that one's Uncle Iroh. That one's firebending 1. Earth Kingdom General. The General is the one that heals you based on when you put counters on it. I want to say he's earthbending 2. Sandbender's Storm is either 3 or 4. And Earth Rumble. Earth Rumble is the fight spell. That's either 2 or 3.
So there's a few I know and a few I don't know. So Ranon Shaw has firebending 2. I think Uncle Iroh is firebending 1. That's the 4/2. I'm not so sure about that one. Ozai I don't know because I haven't been allowed to play with it yet, which is very unfortunate for me. It's quite high, might be like 3. But Earth Kingdom General, I'm pretty sure Earthbends 2. Sandbender's Storm, Earthbends, I think 3. And Earth Rumble is definitely 2, and then it has a fight tied onto it.
Oh man, okay, so Ranon Shaw is is firebending. I believe it is firebending 2. And that's the one I'm least confident in. I'll start off with saying that. Uncle Iroh is firebending 1. That's the uncommon version. Ozai, I just got to play recently, so I do know that's firebending 4. The mythic Ozai. Earth Kingdom General is the earthbending 2 on the uncommon. Sandbender Storm is the white removal spell that earthbends 3. And Earth Rumble is the green fight spell that earthbends 2.
Now I just have to remember or figure out which ones people probably got wrong. I think removal spells are pretty paid attention to, so those ones are pretty well known.
So I'm kind of deciding whether I want to gamble on Sandbender Storm being 3, because there's a chance it might be 4, maybe.
I feel like I'm once again not going to go with the one that I'm least confident in, because I just want not 100 points. So I'm going to avoid Shaw, but I think it's firebending 2. Which one do I think the least people would have known? I think Ozai is kind of too flashy of a card. I feel like firebending 4 we don't see very often, so I feel like I'm leaning away from saying Ozai. Earth Kingdom General, Earthbending 2, Earth Rumble, Earthbending 2, I feel like also aren't the ways to go. I just feel like 2 is kind of the most common amount for either Earthbending or Firebending. So I think it's either Sandbender Storm or Uncle Iroh are where I'm at. You know what? I'm gonna completely pivot from my first thinking of thought. I think because Earth Rumble, people pay more attention to the fight part of that card than maybe the Earthbending. So I'm gonna lock in Earth Rumble as Earthbending 2 as my final guess.
All right, making a last-second pivot here. Earth Rumble as Earthbending 2. Let's see if it pays off. Is that the correct answer? It's the correct answer. 88 points. Lots of people knew that one as well.
Let's go with Sandbender's Storm being 3.
All right, we'll lock in Sandbender Storm as 3, Earthbending 3 specifically. Let's see if that is correct. It is correct, and a lot of people knew it as well. You avoided the 100, but not by much.
I think most people got Shaw wrong, and I'm pretty confident on that one, so I'm going to lock in Shaw for Firebending 4.
All right, let's lock in Shaw as Firebending 4 and see if that is correct.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it's also not correct here. So for Shaw, it's actually Firebending 2. I think you might have thought 4 because I think it can create a copy of itself. And then if they both attack, you Firebended 4.
Get 4.
So I think that might be where it got you. But the printed on the text of the card is Firebending 2 there. You did get Uncle Iroh and Ozai, Firebending 1 and 4. Earth Kingdom General is 2. Sandbender Storm, I think you said 3 or 4. It is 3. And Earth Rumble, you said 2 or 3, is 2 there. So you went for the lowest points available, but unfortunately got the wrong answer, which got us the 100 points. But you're very close. I think you were 5 for 6 on that round. So we'll move on to round number 4, which is the mana cost. We are looking for the exact mana cost, pips and all, for the following cards: Benevolent River Spirit, Crashing Wave, Zuko's Conviction, Azula, Cunning Usurper, White Lotus Tile, and Jet's Brainwashing. Now this is the card, or the mana cost in the top right of the card.
I think I know. I can have a good guess at all of them. So the River Spirit is definitely blue. Crashing Wave is the same. Zuko's Conviction is a single black mana. And Jet's Brainwashing similarly is a single red mana. White Lotus Tile, I know it's colorless, and I think it's 4. One of those cards that nobody plays. And then Azula, Cunning Usurper, I'm pretty sure that's the rare one, which costs 2 blue, black, because that's a card I have had the luck to play with a few times.
Benevolent Water Spirit, or Benevolent River Spirit, pretty confident is 2 blue. Crashing Wave, I'm 100% sure is blue. Zuko's Conviction, that one I'm not sure about. I think that one's is that one a lesson? I know it's a removal, so I think it's instant. I know it's got a red pip. I'm questioning if it has a black pip and if it's 2 or 1 generic, so I'm going to hold that to the side. Azula Cunning Usurper, I know is black and blue. Is it one blue, black, black? White Lotus Tile's colorless. I want to say it's a mana rock. White Lotus Tile is one I have not run into at all playing any limited, or even just in any games, in arena or on paper. White Lotus Tile, so it's either 3 or 4, because I'm pretty sure it generates allies, or does it generate mana? Anyway, Jet's Brainwashing is a 4 and a red, and I'm fairly confident on that one.
I think, once again, I think I know all 6. I think, so Benevolent River Spirit is the double blue. It's blue-blue that you have to waterbend 5 additional cost. Crashing Wave is also blue-blue that you can pay an additional, you can waterbend X as an additional cost instead of waterbending 5. Zuko's Conviction is the single black that has kicker to return a creature from your graveyard. Azula is 2 blue, black, black. It's the double black, I believe, on Azula. White Lotus Tile is just 4 generic mana. That's like the mana rock for creature types. And then Jet's Brainwashing is the single red as well that also has a kicker. That's like the Act of Treason variant that makes a clue token.
But what will people not know? I think Crashing Wave I'm 100% sure on, and I think it is not a very well played card. I'm going to go with Crashing Wave blue-blue.
I think White Lotus Tile is definitely out for me. I feel like Artifacts, it's a mythic. Generic seems pretty easy to get. Benevolent River Spirit saw a decent amount of play, and I think people generally know that card is kind of like a big flyer that can kind of win games. I haven't seen Zuko's Conviction or Crashing Wave being cast very often, but they have very unique mana costs. I feel like people will get tripped up on the Azula because I feel like people might have gone double blue instead of double black. So I think I will lock in Azula Cunning Usurper as 2 generic, 1 blue, and 2 black in the mana cost.
And because it's a complicated casting cost, I am going to go with Azula being 2 colorless, single blue mana, and 2 black mana.
Okay, we'll lock in Azula, 2 blue, black, black. Let's see if that's the right answer. It is the right answer. And down to 76 points. A lot of people recognizing Azula there when I didn't necessarily predict that. Okay, we'll lock in Crashing Wave as blue-blue. Let's see if that is the correct answer here. It is correct. It does get us 76. And once again, I think this might be 3 out of 4 rounds. You're 6 for 6. You got them all right, but let's see where the lowest points were available from. Benevolent River Spirit, 97. Yep, you're right. Everybody kind of knows what's going on with that one. Crashing Wave, 76. Both of those cards are blue-blue with additional costs you can or must pay as well. Zuko's Conviction, 88, single black. Does have that kicker for 4 if you want to reanimate it to the battlefield, but lots of people knew that as well. There's the Azula at 76, 2 blue, black, black, White Lotus Tile, 4 generic mana, lowest so far, 67. I just don't think a lot of people are playing with White Lotus Tiles these days.
That's a good point.
That is my guess there. And then we've got Jet's Brainwashing at single red. I believe the kicker is 3, it might be 4 to steal the creature as well. For 97 points. So, you found the second lowest available, and White Lotus Tile was the lowest there. So not too bad. And now we get on to the rules text of cards, and you just got to name that card. So we have A, which is Flying Vigilance Prowess. B is as long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn, this creature has lifelink and menace. C is target creature gains menace until end of turn, and creatures target player controls get +2/+0 until end of turn. D is haste, and when this creature enters, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. E is sacrifice a land, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. And F is lands you control gain all basic land types until end of turn and draw a card. Do you remember the names of these cards?
So this is the thing I can't do, is card names. A is Iguana Parrot. F is Energy Bending. And E is Cycle of Renewal. I know B is it's to do with the Foggy Swamp, but I'm not sure I could get the full card name. It's like Foggy Swamp Guys or something. And I know the card that's C, it's the 2 red lesson, but again, not going to get the name. Oh, and D is Treetop Freedom Fighters? Is it that? It's like Jet's little gang.
I definitely have cast all these before. And I think this is where kind of my knowledge of the show will help me out, just because a lot of the cards kind of reference moments from the show. So the first one is Iguana Parrot. That's the 2 and a blue 2/2 flyer with all the keywords on it. Number B is the one that has, I think it's a creature. It's 3 and a black for a 3/4 creature. And I want to say it's Foggy Swamp Vinebenders. It's got a very long name. I am not confident on that one, so we'll come back to it. Option C, How to Start a Riot. Instantly knew that card. It's a very iconic scene from the show. It's a lesson. It's 2 and a red. D is Invasion Reinforcements. E is another lesson. That's Cycle of Renewal. That's the 2 and a green one to facilitate all your splashes. And then F is Lesson, and I believe that's Energy Bending. It has kind of the artwork of when Aang bends Ozai's energy that then they repeated for the bonus sheet.
Oof, I think I'm 3 or 4 for 6 here again. Flying A is Iguana Parrot. It's that the flyer that's with the pirates. C is everybody's favorite lesson, How to Start a Riot. E is Cycle of Renewal. Love that card. I'm big into green decks, and that ramp, especially the land sacrifice, is great. And then F is Energy Bending. D I know is red, and it's an ally, and it's Jet's crew, the Freedom Fighters, but they have so many different cards. I think this one it has Freedom Fighters in it, but there's another word before that. There's an adjective before Freedom Fighters. And B I thought was the blue-black bird, but no, that one gets +1 or +2 when you've drawn. I'm completely blanking on B.
People might not know Energy Bending though because it's rubbish. So
I think people would know How to Start a Riot very easily. I think that card is pretty well known as kind of like a sneaky way to finish off games. Invasion Reinforcements as well, kind of a pretty generically played creature, a pretty good uncommon. Iguana Parrot as well, I think kind of people know it's the kind of the dual animal thing. I'm kind of leaning away from that. I'm leaning towards B and F. Energy Bending is a card that does not see a lot of play, but I'm worried that the artwork might help people kind of clue into that name. B is where like I'm the least confident, so I don't know if the people would be the least confident in it. In the Foggy Swamp Vinebenders,
I think most of these were pretty definable. I know like Energy Bending, not often used, but pretty notable. Cycle of Renewals, a staple. How to Start a Riot is a staple. I'm not sure the full name on D, and I don't want to. I'm walking on eggshells now. I don't want to get it wrong. And B, I can't remember. So I'm between A and F here for who I think people got it the most wrong.
I will go with F being Energy Bending.
but I've been playing it safe, so I think we'll not play it safe. I'll switch up my strategy, and I hope that I'm correct. But I will lock in answer B as Foggy Swamp Vinebenders.
I'm going to go with A here, Iguana Parrot.
Okay, we'll lock in A as Iguana Parrot. Is that the right answer? It is the right answer. And it drops down to 61. So, not too bad.
Okay.
We'll see how that compares to the
No.
others here. All right, let's lock in F as Energy Bending. We'll see if that is the correct answer here. It is the correct answer. And it brings us to 79 points. Okay, we have B as Foggy Swamp Vinebenders. Let's see if that's the correct answer here. Unfortunately, it's not the correct answer. Do you have a second guess as to what it could be if that's not right?
Is it just like something swamp benders? Like I know that's the part of the game I'm most confident in. Is there like foggy swamp benders or something just swamp benders?
It does begin with Foggy Swamp.
Oh man, I'm lost after that. I don't know what it could be.
All right, well, let's check it out in context with the rest of them here. So we'll begin with Iguana Parrot. You were correct in that, 61 points. Foggy Swamp Hunters. It is the 3 and a black card that is a 3/4 gains lifelink and menace, as it said on there. But yes, the 3/4 black card, 24. We had a lot of Vine Benders in the answers as well. The Foggy Swamp Vine Bender is the 3 and a green 4/3 that can't be blocked by creatures power 2 or greater or something like that. But it's very close names, different card. You are right about how to start a riot as well. And I'm also happy you didn't go for D, because I think you forgot the haste on the card. You were correct that when this creature enters, create a 1/1 ally is invasion reinforcements, but the haste one is Treetop Freedom Fighters.
Right.
Exactly.
That's true. I did miss that one.
So 30 points there. Obviously, you can see the 2 hard ones here giving a lower amount of points as well. E is Cycle of Renewal. Very low points, and you did have that one correct. So that would have probably been your best answer here. And Energy Bending was also correct for 79. So it's our first 100-pointer, but you've done well so far. I think you can recover here with our final round, which is card art. So this is the art on 6 cards in the set, and your job is simple: to just name that card.
See, the one I know most clearly, I think, is going to be quite good, and it's D, which I'm pretty sure is Price of Freedom. I think E is Daily Indoctrination. F is, I know which card it is. It's the one that puts counters on all your allies. Earth King ally or something, but probably not that. I wonder if B is the land, and I don't know what C is, or A.
Okay, yeah, I've got a few here. So, well, I say that, and then I clam up. A is, I can picture it. A is the 1 white vigilance, sacrifice it to protect another ally. Earthen Protectors, I want to say. B is Jasmine Tea Shop. It's the land. C is Southern Air Temple. I want to say Southern Air Temple. D, I'm sure, is the Price of Freedom. E is Daily Indoctrination. F is Earth Kingdom General.
Okay. So I believe number A is the card that I thought was Earthen Ally before. I believe this is the Earth Kingdom Protectors. This is the 1/1 that can sacrifice to give an ally indestructible. B is Honest Work. That's the aura that makes something into like a land, pretty much. It can tap for a colorless that like loses all counters. It's kind of a weird card. C is, I believe, just a basic plains. I don't really know how I know that, but it just looks like a basic plains. I don't really know what else it could be. D is Price of Progress, I think. It's the 1 in a red that destroys an artifact or land, and your opponent can search for land, you draw a card. E is Daily Indoctrination. That's the Thoughtseize variant that can earthbend. And then F is Earth Kingdom Lieutenant. That's the rare that puts counters on allies.
So I'm pretty confident on all of those. A, I'm a little unsure. Earthen Protectors? I'm fairly sure that's correct. I think not a lot of people paid attention to this card. It is a lesson, but it's not the best lesson. So I'm going to lock in D, the Price of Freedom.
So I'm going to go with D and Price of Freedom.
This is interesting. I'm trying to think about like which artwork kind of gives away the name, like could tell you something about it, because like I'm thinking about F. It definitely shows like an Earth Kingdom soldier, someone that looks like a soldier. E, it kind of shows the Dai Li. A kind of also shows Earth Kingdom. I'm not confident on the name on D, so I don't think I'm going that direction. Because Price of Progress could be correct, but I don't want to potentially get another 100-pointer. Would people know planes? That's the question. Would people know planes? Because on Arena, you can choose kind of your own basic land variant. Maybe I'm being a little too meta about this, but you can kind of go your own way with what lands you choose. And I don't know how many people are kind of looking at the basic land art. So I think I will go with C as just a basic plains.
Okay, let's lock in D as Price of Freedom. Is that the correct answer? We found another correct answer. And it brings us down to 42 points. Not too bad here. Okay, we'll lock in C as Plains. Let's see if that is the correct answer. It is right. How low can we go? Down to 6 points.
Let's go.
Your instinct was correct. Not a lot of people recognizing that it's the Plains. Almost a little bit of a trick question thrown in there, but you sniffed it out and you found the Plains here. Okay, let's find these other cards here. So you said Earthen Protectors. I was going back and forth to see if I was going to give it to you. We have Earth Kingdom Protectors. I think I would have given you credit, but it was 48, so that was A here.
Okay.
B was a little bit tricky. I intentionally chose it because I thought some might say Jasmine Dragon Cheat Shop. It's just honest work. It's the bad blue removal spell.
Oh, is that one right? Okay.
For 73. And C, you gave the most common incorrect answer on the survey, Southern Air Temple. You are correct in the show. This is the Southern Air Temple, but in the set, it depicts the art of a basic plains.
Wow.
So
okay.
that is a tricky one there. Not a lot of people getting that one right. 6 points available
That's a
there.
trap.
A little bit, but only a couple of us getting it there in the survey. We found Price of Freedom 42, Diley Indoctrination 58, and I forget what you said, but Earth King's Lieutenant is this one here. This is the rare green-white card that pumps your allies and then can pump itself when you play allies. Very close to what you were saying there, but that puts our final score at 421 points. So that puts our final score at 391, with our highest possible being 600 and lowest possible being 224. Was it good enough to win the episode here today? Unfortunately, it was not enough to win here today. So, based on how you thought you would do coming in and how you did do, how'd you feel about your performance here today?
I'm ashamed for the 2 wrong answers. I thought I was at least going to get my answers correct. I just didn't know where the community sat. But, you know, I think I have some more learning to do with all these lessons.
I think I did reasonably well. I got more of them right than I thought I was going to get right. I just sometimes picked the wrong ones. But it was a lot of fun, so thank you very much for hosting this. I always look forward to watching it as well. So, yeah.
You ended up with a score of 370. Was it enough to take the victory home today? It was enough. You did, in fact, win with 370 points as our victor today. Now the question is, can you become a pointless champion? With a very simple question. Name an artifact. So, all we have to do here is name an artifact in the main Last Airbender set. There are 19 printed artifacts in the set, and there is one answer that the public did not name among anyone on the survey. You get 3 shots at it here. I'm going to give you 3 shots, so think closely about which artifact you think the people knew the least.
Wow. This is a tough question. So there's a couple of mythic ones. There's the Walls of Boxing Saying White Lotus tile. I don't think it's those. It's definitely not Barrels of Blasting Jelly, because that card is one of my favorite cards from the entire set. I think that card is very good. There is the Kyoshi Battle Fan, but that one's a decent amount. There's the Fire Nation Warship, the Uncommon Vehicle. There's the Invasion Submersible. Oh, there is... Okay, is there... So there is an Uncommon Vehicle in every color, I believe. Because the red is the Warship Fire something balloon. The blue is the Submersible. The black is the Tundra Tank. The green and the white. Maybe green and white didn't get them. Oh man, artifacts. This is so hard. Just trying to think and rack my head of any artifacts that I've seen in like pick 12 and pick 13 of packs that no one really wants to play. Was there any rare artifacts from this set? Because there's a lot of artifact tokens. There was a bunch of clue tokens. But those aren't obviously printed cards. I think I'll take a stab with the first one. I think we're going to try Tundra Tank and just see if people are kind of thinking about the vehicles in the set.
Okay, let's see if Tundra Tank is our pointless answer here. Not quite pointless, but all the way down at 9. So there's our first strike. So where are you thinking to head next?
There was a chance that went to 0. It kept going, and I kept getting more excited. Okay, so people maybe aren't thinking about the vehicles. There's a couple of rare ones in black, too. There's the Drill, which is an artifact vehicle, and there's the Phoenix Fleet Airship. But those, I feel like the rares and mythics people might know a little more. Those cards are also quite good. I've seen a fair bit of play, a fair bit of talk about them. Man, I'm just not confident in the red uncommon vehicle name. It's like Fire War Balloon or something like that, but I don't think it's war in the middle. It's Fire something Balloon.
I'll be a little generous in any answer you give as far as like if you know what the card does and what it is and like and you're very close, I'll give you credit for knowing that card.
Okay, I think I will try that answer then. It's 2 in a red for a 4/3, and you can pay 1 to put like fire counters on it, and once it gets 3 counters, it turns into a creature and it has flying as well. And I want to guess the name is Fire War Balloon.
Okay, so we'll go with it's just War Balloon actually, so you're very close. It's just War Balloon. It's got the fire counters, so you're very close. So let's try War Balloon here as our second answer. You found it. You found the one pointless answer, the artifact that no one mentioned, the War Balloon. Congratulations. So you found the pointless answer, but let's see how much everything else would have awarded you. We know it wasn't 0. So we've got beginning the Barrels of Blasting Jelly. You were right. You didn't want to say it. 76 points. Everyone else remembers it too. We've got Bender's Water Skin down at 9. That is the common as well. Fire Nation Warship, 15. Fire Navy Trebuchet at 9. Glider Staff. I guess that white did get an equipment there. 12. Invasion Submersible, 3. Very close, but not all the way. Kyoshi Battlefan at 18. Meteor Sword, 18. Phoenix Fleet Airship at 3. Planetarium of Wan Shi Tong at 3. Not a lot of people wanting to mention the mythics and rares there. Sparring Dummy at 3. That was one that I kind of forgot about a little bit as well, but down at 3. The Fire Nation Drill, 18. One of the higher ones. A lot of people remembering that, probably losing to it a lot if I had to guess. The Walls of Ba Sing Se, very iconic card, 12. Trusty Boomerang was one we didn't mention at 9. Tundra Tank we found at 9. Twin Blades, red did get an equipment at 9. War Balloon is our 0. Waterbending Scroll, and the white Lotus tile there at 12. How'd you feel the entire episode went for you? Obviously you got the win, but did you feel like you did as well as you thought you would here?
Yeah. No, I feel like it went really well. I feel like I was pretty good about knowing all of them. Obviously, I had to slip up with the name on the Foggy Swamp. But I feel like knowing all 6 was really helpful in trying to narrow down which one people would have guessed the least. Because at least then, you know, I could play the safe option if it was available. If I wasn't really sure about the name, I could play a safer one, which I think just helped me get, you know, some amount of lower points guaranteed than 100.
Yeah, I think you played it really well. You knew most of the answers. I think there was at least 3 rounds where you got all 6 answers correct. There was the ones you didn't, you was like 1 answer off or something. And the Foggy Swamp got you only because you were so safe earlier, you decided to take that risk. But you got that 6-pointer on the plains, which obviously helped you here with the win as well. And you found the pointless answer. So we have had 2 bonus rounds and now 2 pointless victors here with Bob in episode 2 Final Fantasy version and here with Parker in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Thanks for joining me here today. Hope everyone had a great time with us, and I will see you here next time a daily draft.